Hey, welcome back, guys. A lot has changed since we had first seen each other last year. So, for most of you that are just returning, you remember who I am. For those of you who are new, I'm going to jump right into it. My name is Sensei Gaidash. I'm the therapeutic martial arts instructor here. I want to start off by just telling you a few things about me so we can start off with knowing a little bit about each other. I'll probably hear more about you guys as we continue on with class. So, for now, just a little bit about me. I've been doing martial arts for more than 3/4 of my life. This is actually my 6th year teaching here in Akron Elementary. I've been doing martial arts since I was 9. So I'm very big into it. I love learning new things when it comes to martial arts, and I'm very open to new things when it comes to learning. So I'm a big car person. Most of my students know me that, I love working on cars. It's something that I like to do besides doing martial arts. As you get to know me, you'll learn more of my loves and my hates for that. So most of my students can probably tell you what I drive or what my favorite car is. And as the year goes by and we keep talking with each other, we're going to probably learn a little bit about each other. So let's go ahead and jump into the first things first. So I want to talk to you guys about what's changed. The first thing being probably something you're already very aware of, masks. I want to talk to you guys about the right way to use a mask and how to go about that. So a lot of you probably have a mask similar to this. It's blue, it's non-reusable, which means you can only use this once. I'm going to go over all the steps of using this mask, and when we get into the building, we are going to be required to wear this mask. So first off, you want to find the side that has a metal rod in it. This is for your nose, so this is going to be the top of the mask. You'll be able to feel it by just using your fingers to rub at the very center of the mask, and you'll either feel a metal rod or you won't. Once you've found it, what you want to do from this point on, make sure you have the blue side out, is you're going to want to only touch the string parts of the mask. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this mask up. You can see how it just expanded a little bit. And I'm going to hook it to my ear, and I'm going to go over to my other ear. Once I've done this, this is where I talked about having that metal rod. You just want to find it and use your 2 fingers and just gently push. And what that does is it gives a nice, good feeling to your face. I'm going to pull it down to make it fully touch. And this is it. This is the wearing the mask. So you never want to touch the outside of the mask. These masks are here to filtrate and keep you safe and healthy. So all the yucky stuff sits on the outside. So if you ever have to take one of these off, never actually touch it. Use your fingers to loop behind the ear to pull it off. And you can do that with one hand and still have it sit, and you can see my other ear actually holds it in place. So, and I can easily put this right back on, just like that. So, when we get into the building, obviously right now we're only learning through video, so you won't have to wear one as you watch a video from home, unless that's something you like to do. But when we do get back into the dojo, we are going to be required to wear these. Just like if you were at a store shopping with mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, whoever, if you were going to any kind of public place, this is going to be something we have to wear every day. So, moving on from that part. So, since I'm by myself, and I'm going to be doing some activities with you guys, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. When you're done with these are not reusable. That means you can't put them back on the next day. If it's been like a few minutes and you have it sitting in a nice clean place, that's fine. I would really prefer when you're done with these, you actually take them, you fold them inside out so you don't touch the outsides, and then put them in some kind of plastic or paper bag preferred. And that would be the way you would dispose of these. They're only one time. So let's go ahead and start our day in the dojo. So, go ahead and follow me on over here. I'm coming on over here. So, the first thing before we even are allowed to begin martial arts is we got to know how to enter and leave a dojo. It's very important that when you enter and leave a dojo, we do something called bowing. Bowing is a sign of respect. And it's not just you giving me respect, it's me giving you respect. It's something that I would hope that we both share with each other. My feet are going to be together. I'm going to be facing the room I'm entering or leaving. My hands are going to be at my side. I'm going to face, and I'm going to bow. Come on in the dojo. Let's go ahead and get into that part right now. So, today I'm going to be targeting balancing. Balancing is when your body tries to stay upright to the best of its ability. Or there might be other challenges that I have kind of come in the future of trying to keep level of some nature. So today we're going to be constantly focusing on balancing. I have a few warm-ups and an activity or two that we're going to be using for this. And then we're going to get into some very basic terms that I want you to know for martial arts. So let's go ahead and get started into warm-ups. So the first thing I want you to do, and this is something you should be standing up and doing with me every single day, is just lift your knee. I have my knee about level right now, and I just want to hold it up. My toes are pointed up, and my knee is up, and I'm going to hold for a time. I'm going to be counting in Japanese. If you've never counted in Japanese before, as the time goes by, you'll get better and better at it. For those of you who have done this before, I expect counting at home. So I have my knee up. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. At this point, I'm going to put it down. I'm going to relax that leg, and I'm going to switch over to my other leg. My knee is up. I find my balance, so I give myself a second. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, roku, seiji, hachi, ku, ju. I put my foot down. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've had my knee really high. Now I'm only going to be bringing my toes up. So my toe is pointed right towards where I want to be looking, and I want to do circular motions. I'm going to do this for about 5 seconds in one direction. So this time I'm going to my right. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Now I'm going to switch to the opposite direction, so I'm going to my left. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. I'm going to be switching, so now we're at the opposite foot. This foot is planted. I find my balance, I'm going to go to my right. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Now to my left. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. I'll be placing that down. So let's get into something a little bit more complicated. So this is really great for just figuring out how much balance you truly have. Let's get into something a little bit more difficult. So this might be an activity that you need some help with. So if you're still looking for your balance, you're still working on it, you can easily find something like a chair. If you don't have a chair, and you live near a wooded area, or maybe you just have a tree, a stick could be your best friend too. And I'm going to show you the stick part of it if you don't have a chair on the opposite foot. So here's what I'm going to do for this next part. I'm going to take my right hand, my right side of my body, and I'm going to place my right hand here, and I'm going to take my right leg, and I'm going to extend it out while my front hand's forward. If you're having trouble balancing, the chair will definitely help you. I'm going to hold for 10. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. So if you don't have a chair at home, your other option, if somebody has a walking stick at home, maybe there's a really good stick that you just really trust at the home, or maybe you have something really strong and about your height. You could use that just as well. So I'm going to be using my left hand's got a good grip. I want to make sure I'm safe. And I'm going to use my left leg to bring it up, and my right hand is going to be coming forward. So I extend, and I want that foot as high as I can. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. If you get super comfortable doing that activity, you could remove both the chair and the stick. and just see if you can hold that. 10 seconds is the recommended. Let's get into something that requires a little bit more across the body. This is probably one of my favorite warm-ups and one of my favorite activities to do, and they're called cross crawls. So my hands are up, and here's the goal. If this hand on my left-hand side of my body is going to be touching my right knee, so I'm actually coming across my body. So I want to lift my knee and touch. Once I touch, that knee can touch the ground again. So I'm going to do this 10 times. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. Once I've done 10 in the front, let's go to the back. I'm going to show you a sideways view of what that really looks like. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. And for the last part of this, I'm going to be tapping the very bottom of my foot. 10. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. Very good. So, now that we've worked across our bodies, and we had to actually support our weight on one foot, let's make things a little bit more interesting. If you have a cup, maybe you have a small sand bucket, or maybe you have something that's cylinder, round on the bottom, place it right in front of you. And here's what the activity is. So, I want to see if I can lift. I'm going to put my body to the point this foot is lined right up. So if you had to see from the side, it looks something like this. My foot's right in line with it. I'm going to have my hand up, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this foot, and I want to come down, touch the bucket, come back up, give this guy a high five. I'm going to repeat this 5 times, and then switch to my other side. Ready? Ich, ni, san. And if you fail and you stop, don't restart. Just continue right where you left off. Just how I stopped right there. So I'm at 3. Let's go straight to 4. Ich, ni. And that was 2 more, so that would make 5. I should have said she, go, for those of us still learning to count. I'm going to switch to my opposite side. Let's see if I'm any better on one side of my body than the other. Okay, my foot comes up. Ich, ni, san, she, go. And that was 6. Should have said that. Okay, so that's the first part. Let's get into something more challenging. This is going to be the last thing we do today. So, all I want to do is, I want to rock my right foot back and forth. And when I do this, I want my hand to be in the opposite direction. It'll look like I'm doing a weird dance. And I want to switch. And then I'm going to do it front to back. So what's really important is we want to simulate walking. So if I'm walking, the foot that's behind me, that's the hand that's forward. So when I walk, it would be polar opposites. If you don't know what that means that this hand's behind me, or this foot's behind me, this hand's forward. And that's just how we walk. So the activity would just be and then I would switch. And then I could do it on opposite hand, opposite foot. I have a lot more that goes with that. And as we progress, I have more things. Alright, welcome back. So, since I got out of shit, we're back in the dojo, and last time we were talking about front kicks, side kicks, roundhouse, and back kicks. So, there is an advanced level of doing that. So, once you feel like you've had a chance to practice a front kick, a side kick, a back kick, and a roundhouse, then you take it to the next level. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, how do I do a more advanced and more complicated front kick? The answer is pretty simple. So now we're going to be working on all of our jump kicks. So we're going to start normal. We're going to start our front, and here's what we're really going to be doing. We're going to have our feet up. I'm getting into a nice comfortable position. Anytime I'm kicking, I'm not in a formal position. I'm finding what's comfortable for my body. So it might be different for you than it's different for me. I can't tell you to get into a certain wrestling position. You just got to kind of find something that works for you. So for me, if I'm going to be doing something, I'm kicking off my back foot, I'm sitting pretty comfortable like this. So I'm here, my hands are up, and I'm going to give it a try. When you're jump kicking, the idea is to try and use the front foot. So it's targeting, it's distancing, and you really got to know how close you are to something. If before with your targets, let's hypothetically say you were using a pillow before as a wave master, or maybe you might have something similar to this that takes a cushion blow, that's perfectly fine. But when it comes to jump kicks of any kind, be very careful. Careful of falling, careful of hitting somebody, and just be aware of your surroundings. No one will want to break expensive chinaware or anything else delicate in the house, or accidentally kick a puppy, because nobody should ever kick a puppy. So, once you know you've got your space, what you're going to do, you're going to get into a comfortable position. For me, I'm just in a little bit of a shorter stance for a front stance. My hands are up. I'm thinking about my front foot. In order to do a good kick, jumping kick, I need to really concentrate on getting my body up in the air with the leg that's behind me. So what I have to focus on is when that knee comes up, I really want to push it up as high as I can. The higher this knee lifts me up, the better chance higher I'm going to come off the ground. So in an instance, if I don't want to kick really high, but I still want to do a jump kick, I might only lift my knee a little bit. If I want to do a very big jump kick, I'm going to want to lift that knee as high as I can. So a little bit of a higher one. And that's where you really got to start focusing on the jump. So let's go for about 5 jump kicks. And then we'll switch to the opposite side. So for right now, I got my left foot behind me. I'm getting comfortable. I've checked my surroundings. I'm not going to hit this. And I'm ready. Okay. Ich. Ni. San. Chi. Go. I'm going to switch feet. Okay. Foot behind me. I check my area. Since I'm kicking, it's probably best I scoot this over. Now I have my room. Okay. Ich. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Did a redo on my last one. Okay. So now that we know our front kick, let's dive into the side kick. So that's still going to be the same idea. As a side kick is to have it to your side. And all you're going to do for that, make sure you have a good distance. You know where your target is. You've distanced yourself. And the way you can tell, use your foot. Once you have that, at distance, I jump, and I have my side kick. And you can duplicate this for both sides. Let's do 5. Now I'll switch. Okay, ready, set, each. And I'm going to switch. Checking my distance. I can touch. I'm good. Each. Lean. Side. Cheat. Take. Good. Okay. Let's work on the roundhouse. So, the roundhouse is a kick that comes across. So, ordinarily, it'd be here. All you're going to do is just jump up right into it. My feet are here. I'm going to jump up. Kick. I'm still trying to come from the very bottom and up. Okay. Each. And I switch. Each. Knee. Some. Go. Okay, so last part, our back kick. This is extremely dangerous. Make sure you're counting, or at least realizing how far away you are. I'm going to look over, and I'm going to jump up, kick. I'm a little over my target. Okay, I look, I'm going to test. Yep, I reach, jump, kick, and repeat. Each, knee, some, chi, go. Bring it over. I look over my shoulder. I test. Each. Knee. Some. Chi. Hey. Okay, so I'm Sensei Gailash, and that's jump kicking. Oh. So, the last thing I want to do with you guys, before I let you go, is I want to do a cool down. And what that looks like is, you guessed it, it's going to be dealing with balancing. I'm going to be crossing my feet, taking this hand, I'm going to do a big circle into my body, and a big circle into my body, and I'm going to pull my hands up. I'm going to take some deep breaths, I'm going to count to 3. Once I take a deep breath to release it. Each, knee, some. I'm going to do this one more time. Each, knee, some. I'm going to be extending my arms right above my head. I want to Ich, ni, san. I bring my hands in. I'm going to extend them forward. Take a deep breath in. Ich, ni, san. Again. Ich, ni, san. From here, I can relax my body, and now we're ready for the final part of today. How do we exit, and how do we end class? So, at the end of class, we should all be on our assigned spots. For me, it's right here in the front of the room. I'm going to call ski, or I might have somebody that's appointed my senpai. If I appoint somebody my senpai, I'll explain that more later. It means that they're allowed to do this. So if I call ski, my feet are together, my hands are at my sides, and I'm going to tell us to point to the showman. The showman is at the very front of the room, so it's always important to begin here. Showman, you ready? Boom. Then we turn to sensei. Sensei, you ready? Boom. If I have teachers in the room, I'm going to be turning to them especially. They are very important, and you should be respecting them as well, just like they should be bowing back. Then we turn to our teacher, and after we're done, I would turn to you. So, student, you ready? Boom. And that's how I'd end class. So, I hope you learned a lot from our first day. There's a lot more videos to come from this, and I'm going to keep adding more and more on. So until then, stay safe. Make sure you wear your mask if you're in public. And I can't wait till you guys start answering some of those questions I have for you. Have an awesome day, Summit Academy. Bye.